Hello, this is Adam with DreamMade Productions. This battle report is brought to you by Cryptex. Stay tuned at the end of this video to find out how you can start getting passive income today, or check out our affiliate link in the description below.
It is the 31st century, and mankind is once again at war. The battlefields of the future are dominated by huge robotic war machines known as battlemechs.
With the arrival of the Shin legions, the situation on Candace for the Dragon Slayers and Meriadoc's Malcontents had become desperate. After leaving a single lance in the capital city of Candid, the bulk of the Dragon Slayers and the Malcontents made for the open wilds in hopes of surviving by a guerrilla campaign. To reach the relative safety of the countryside, the Dragon Slayers and the Malcontents had to cross the Tiberium River. Spanned by a single commercial-grade bridge, all but the lightest of mechs would have to cross by forging the river. The First Shin Legion, determined to pen in the mercenary forces, proceeded with an incredibly dangerous precision combat drop on both sides of the river. Simultaneously, the legionaries lost 15% of their force, destroyed or heavily damaged in the attempt, but they succeeded in nearly surrounding the Dragon Slayers and the Malcontents. As the Dragon Slayers crumbled to the north and the southern Dragon Slayers began to surrender, the Malcontents turned east, slipping into the forest following the river. At first, the Shin Legion believed both mercenary companies had been captured or destroyed, but recon units soon reported spotting the Malcontents' assault lance. Despite repeated calls for their surrender, the Malcontents refused to respond. Elements of the First Shin Legion, backed up by mechs hastily repaired and redeployed from the capital, finally caught up with the Malcontents. Approaching from the southeast and southwest, the Malcontents were pinned between the Legion and the waters of the Tiberian River. Turn 1. The catapult walks forward. The Zeus runs north to the river. The Griffin runs with the Zeus. The Archer walks along the river. The Orion runs forward through the light woods. The Quickdraw races towards the Banshee and Longbow. The Banshee backs into melee with the Quickdraw. The Longbow walks with the Archer. The Vindicator walks with the Catapult. The Cataphract runs past the Vindicator. The Longbow fires both LRM-20s at the Griffin. Missiles hit the right arm and right leg. Then more missiles hit the center torso. The rushed repair job fails. Sloppy welds give way, and missiles penetrate deep inside the center torso, destroying a heatsink and damaging the engine and gyro. The Vindicator fires his PPC and LRM-5 at the Banshee. The PPC misses, but the LRMs hit the right torso. The Orion fires his autocannon 5 at the Griffin, but misses. The Catapult fires both LRM-15 banks at the Banshee. The missiles explode against the armor of the right leg, left torso, center torso, and right torso. The Quickdraw fires his medium lasers and SRM-4 at the Banshee. A medium laser hits the head and left leg. The SRMs chip away the thick armor of the left torso, left leg, and left arm. He kicks out hard, his mech's foot crashing into the Banshee's left leg. The Cataphract unleashes his PPC, AC-10, and both medium lasers at the Banshee. The PPC melts away armor of the right arm, but the rest of his weapons miss. The CO of the Malcontents and his Banshee fires his two medium lasers and a small laser at the Quickdraw, scoring one hit with a medium laser to the center torso. He punches out with both massive battle fists, landing a blow on the Quickdraw's left arm. The Zeus's PPC strikes out, but misses the Longbow. The Griffin pilot, cursing his tech team, tries to control his mech's heat, firing only his LRM-10 at the Longbow, some of the missiles hitting the center torso. The Archer fires one of his LRM-20s at the Griffin, but misses. Turn 2. The Orion runs towards the Griffin. The Longbow runs after the Orion. The Catapult stands his ground, preparing to fire on the Banshee. The Quickdraw backs away from the Banshee. The Vindicator holds his ground. The Cataphract walks forwards toward the Banshee. The Banshee runs, chasing the quick draw, staying in melee. The Zeus stands still, preparing to fire. The Griffin backs off, getting the Orion in optimal firing range of his LRMs. The Archer runs along the river's edge. The longbow fires both LRM-20s at the Zeus. Most of the missiles crash into the right torso, some also striking the left arm and right arm. The Cataphract uses his rear-mounted medium lasers to fire on the Banshee. One misses, but the other hits the larger mech's right arm. The Banshee again opens up on the quick draw with both medium lasers and a small laser, but misses. He swings out with one Battle Fist, missing, but sees an opening. Moving in, his other Battle Fist smashes into the head of the smaller mech, destroying the armor, protecting the vital components within, throwing around the mech warrior. The Zeus opens up on the Orion with his PPC, a medium laser, and one of his SRM-6s. The PPC hits the right arm, but the rest miss. The Griffin fires his LRM-10 at the Orion, missiles hitting the left arm and center torso. The Archer fires his LRM-20 at the Zeus, hitting the left torso and right arm. The Catapult uses his 4 medium lasers to attack the Banshee. 2 hit the right leg, 1 misses, and 1 hits the left torso. The quick draw mech warrior panics, fires his medium lasers and SRM-4 at the Banshee. A medium laser hits the right arm, but misses with the rest. Moving to kick, he stumbles and falls, damaging his right leg and right arm. The Vindicator fires on the Banshee with his PPC, medium laser and small laser. The PPC and small laser misses, the medium laser hits the right torso. Turn 3. The quick draw stands and backs away. The Orion walks towards the Zeus. The Zeus walks into melee with the Orion. The Griffin stands still, as does the Archer. The Vindicator walks, getting behind the Banshee. The longbow holds his ground, going for missile lock. The Cataphract backs into melee with the Banshee. The Catapult joins the now 3-on-1 brawl with the Banshee. The longbow launches all 40 of his missiles at the Zeus. Most miss, but some hit the left arm and right leg. The Orion fires his medium lasers at the Zeus, hitting the right leg and left torso. He then slams his mech's foot into the Zeus's left leg, structure straining, seizing up the assault mech's upper leg actuator and crushing the mech's foot. The Banshee fires on the Vindicator with his medium lasers and a small laser. A medium laser hits the smaller mech's center torso and head, while the small laser hits the left torso. Lashing out with both fists, one misses, but the other clobbering punch cracks the armor of the Vindicator's left torso. The Griffin again forgoes his PPC to use his LRM-10, some of the missiles hitting the longbow's center torso. The Archer fires one of his LRM-20s at the Zeus but misses. The Cataphract fires his AC-10 and both medium lasers at the Banshee. Aiming low, the AC-10 rounds slam into the left leg, while the lasers melt into the left and center torsos. The Cataphract kicks out, landing a devastating kick on the assault mech's damaged right leg, damaging the foot and seizing up the mech's hip. The Vindicator hits the Banshee with his PPC, medium laser and small laser. The small laser damaging the center torso, and the PPC and medium laser destroying the left leg. The Banshee falls on the damaged right leg, bending it and twisting it off the legless mech, falling flat on the center torso. Lifting his foot, the Vindicator stomps down on the left arm of his fallen foe. Watching the Banshee topple, the Quick Draw's mech warrior gets a missile lock, firing his LRM-10 on the mech. The missiles slam down on the mech, hitting its already damaged head. The explosions rip their way through the armor, reaching the cockpit within. The Malcontents leader screams, then his mech goes silent. Turn 4. The Cataphract runs forward. The Catapult runs with the Cataphract. Running through the still remains of the Banshee, the Vindicator tries to keep up with his lance mates. The damage to the Orion causes him to lose control of his mech's footing. He stumbles and falls, damaging his center torso and right torso. He stands and backs away. The Zeus walks, chasing the Orion, pressing the melee attack. The longbow backs up, putting the light woods between him and the approaching Shin mechs. The Griffin holds his ground. The Archer walks along the river, trying to back up the Orion. The Quick Draw runs north, joining his lance. Targeting the Archer, the Quick Draw fires his LRM-10 and dual lasers. The lasers miss, but the LRMs hit the larger mech's center torso and left arm. The Zeus lines up and fires his medium laser and all three of his SRM-6s at the Orion. The laser misses, but blooms of fire pepper the mech, two of the deadly missiles hitting the head, while the others break their way into the right arm, destroying the upper arm actuator and the medium laser there. The Zeus lands a kick on the left leg of the Orion, ripping the leg off the chassis, leading the mech to fall on its damaged right arm, also ripping it off the mech. The pilot coughs up blood as the world starts to go black from his injuries. He fights back the pain, and through labored breath manages to stay in the fight. The longbow empties both LRM-20 racks at the Zeus, trying to concentrate on center mass. Most of the missiles slam into the center torso. Other missiles hit the right leg, blowing out the upper leg actuator and ripping the hoses away from the heatsink house there. The Griffin again fires his LRM-10 at the Archer, missiles hitting the right arm and right torso. The Archer fires his two arm-mounted medium lasers at the Zeus, hitting the right arm and melting vital parts of the lower leg actuator of the right leg. The Orion fires up at the Zeus with his medium laser and autocannon 5. The autocannon rounds hit the center torso. The Cataphract's autocannon and PPC lance out at the Archer, the autocannon ripping into the right arm while the PPC vaporizes armor off the center torso. The catapult gets a lock on and fires both LRM-15s at the Archer. Missiles streak in on their target, hitting the left torso and leg, destroying the right arm's hand and cracking into the center torso, damaging the primitive fusion engine with it. The savaged Archer takes yet more hits as a blast from the Vindicator's PPC flashes by danger close, and missiles from his LRM-5 deal more damage to the right torso. Turn 5. The Archer stumbles and falls. Trying to catch himself, he damages both arms, but then pops up and runs into melee with the Zeus. The catapult charges into melee with the Archer. The Quick Draw walks behind the longbow. The Cataphract walks into melee with the longbow, flanking him. The Orion stays down, trying to inject himself with a pain med. The Vindicator runs into melee with the longbow. The Zeus sits up, getting ready to fire. The longbow backs out of the mechs trying to box him in. The Griffin walks up on the downed Orion. The Cataphract fires his AC-10, his medium lasers and PPC at the longbow. The PPC damaging the left leg, and the AC-10 rounds hitting the right arm, destroying the upper arm actuator and locking the LRM covers closed. The medium lasers damage the right torso and center torso. The Archer again fires on the Zeus, the medium laser hitting the right torso. He kicks out, destroying the right leg. The mech falls, landing hard on the left torso. The mech stomps down on the Orion, damaging the right arm. The Zeus lifts up, firing the medium laser and a swarm of short-range missiles at the Orion. The laser hits the right arm, while the missiles swarm the mech like angry bees, destroying the lower arm actuator of the right arm. The longbow fires his medium lasers and small laser at the Quick Draw, a medium laser hitting the left arm and the small laser hitting the right torso. The almost fatally injured mech warrior in the Orion squeezes the trigger, firing his AC-5 and a medium laser at the Griffin. The autocannon misses, but the medium laser hits the mech's right arm. The Griffin responds by kicking the downed Orion's center torso. The catapult fires all 4 medium lasers at the Archer. 2 of the lasers hit the right leg. He then kicks out, damaging the left leg. The Quick Draw fires both medium lasers and his SRM-4 at the longbow. A medium laser hits the center torso, while SRMs hit the right torso, right leg, and another hit the center torso. The Vindicator fires his PPC and medium laser at the longbow. The medium laser further damages the right arm, while the PPC digs into the left leg, melting the lower leg actuator. Turn 6. The Zeus stays down, but lifts up to fire. The longbow backs to the river's shore. The Orion stays down, still pumping himself full of painkillers and stems. The Cataphract walks west, trying to block off the longbow. The archer falls, damaging his left leg and center torso. He gets up and runs, trying to flee. The Griffin looms over the Orion. The catapult walks after the fleeing archer. The Quickdraw walks into melee with the longbow. The Vindicator walks forward, trying to box in the longbow. The Quickdraw fires his short-range weapons at the longbow. The medium lasers hitting the center torso and right leg, while SRMs explode against the right arm and left leg. He then kicks out, catching the longbow's right leg, knocking the hip out of alignment. The Zeus again unleashes the medium laser, and all the SRM six-racks at the Orion. The medium laser hitting the left arm, while the dozen explosions destroy the hip of the right leg, takes off both arms, and damages the foot of the left leg. The longbow tries to overcome the damage, but the slick mud of the riverbank causes him to fall hard on the right torso. Lifting up, he fires on the Vindicator with his medium lasers and small laser, a medium laser hitting the right torso, and the small laser zapping the right leg. The Orion pilot fires his remaining autocannon at the Zeus, destroying a heat sink in the center torso. The Cataphract targets the down longbow, firing both his autocannon and PPC along with his medium laser. The PPC misses, but the AC-10 rounds hit the left leg and a laser damages the left arm. The archer cannot fire. He panics as he tries to flee. The Vindicator fires on the longbow with his PPC and medium laser, both weapons hitting the center torso, damaging the primitive engine and the heatsink there. The catapult fires at the rear of the archer with its 4 medium lasers. One hits the rear center torso, while 2 others melt away the last supports of the left leg. The archer falls, bending the left arm the wrong way, destroying the upper arm actuator and damaging the left torso. The catapult stomps down hard on the archer's right arm, impaling the mech on its own arm, destroying the LRM-20 launcher in the process. Turn 7. The Griffin continues to loom over the Orion. The Cataphract walks up on the down longbow. The archer stays down. The catapult stands over the archer. The Quickdraw lines up on the longbow. The Zeus sits up to fire. The longbow manages to stand, limping away as fast as he can, trying to get away. The Orion pilot, now high on pain meds, forgets his leg is gone. He tries to stand on his one leg, but falls, destroying the right torso. He stays down, still not sure exactly where he is. The Vindicator holds his ground in melee with the longbow. The catapult fires all 4 of his medium lasers down into the crawling archer. The lasers melt into the center torso, finding the LRM reloads there. The mech blows apart, pieces raining down into the nearby river. The Quickdraw fires both medium lasers and his SRM-4 at the longbow. The lasers hitting the larger mech's head and right arm, while the missiles explode, damaging the left arm, right torso, and left leg. The Zeus lifts up and again unloads with the cloud of SRMs and the medium laser. The laser misses, but missiles again crash into the mech, covering it in fiery blooms. The longbow fires both medium lasers and a small laser at the Vindicator, the medium lasers damaging the left leg and right arm, while the small laser hits the center torso. The Orion pilot again pulls the triggers of his weaponless mech, blood dripping from his nose, his mind fading from blood loss and the overdose of drugs. The Griffin kicks the center torso of the downed Orion. The Vindicator fires on the longbow with his lasers and PPC. The medium laser hits the left torso. The small laser hits the right torso along with the PPC. He then kicks out, destroying the lower leg actuator and foot of the right leg. The Cataphract fires his rear-facing medium lasers at the longbow. One of the lasers melts into the right torso, heating the LRM ammo bin. The ancient assault mech vanishes in a fireball. Turn 8. The catapult walks into melee with the helpless Orion. The Quickdraw runs south. The Zeus again sits up. The Orion pilot continues to try his controls, but more out of reflex than being aware of his surroundings. The Griffin looms over the Orion. The Vindicator runs into melee with the Orion. The Cataphract backs up, getting closer to the sole remaining Malcontent. The Zeus unleashes their medium laser and all 18 SRMs into the almost helpless mech, nearly destroying the center torso, leaving the engine and gyro barely functioning. The last Malcontent closes his eyes, blood loss and pain meds driving him down into the darkness. The Vindicator fires his lasers at the downed Orion. The medium laser melts into the left torso, while the small laser destroys what little remained of the center torso. Aftermath. Due to the terms of their contract with Duke Kelswa, Meridoc's Malcontents fought to the last man. With their other members dead, the salvage crews did not arrive in time to save the mortally injured Orion pilot. The Dragon Slayers would be heavily reviewed by Comstar's Mercenary Review Board. The MRB reviewed the actions on Candace, but found no fault in the Dragon Slayers. Their long-term relationship would serve them well, being restored in time for the War of 3039. Fighting with the Commonwealth forces, they and the Grey Death Legion attacked the combined world of Altris in the first wave of that war. They would serve with distinction until their relationship with their longtime employers soured in the clan invasion. The Dragon Slayers accused the Commonwealth of feeding them incorrect information about the location of captured Dragon Slayer personnel, in turn holding back captured clan equipment. Their contract being broken by the Mercenary Review and Bonding Commission after finding them guilty of violating their agreement with the Federated Commonwealth. With Candace under control of the Free Rasalhague Republic, the Shin Legion departed. The 3rd Lyran Guard took Acting Governor Maris and his staff into custody. Nadani Steiner held to her orders. She had been told to make an example out of someone. She declared she would charge both the governor and his senior staff with a case of manslaughter for each confirmed death linked to the Candace conflict. By the time the jump ship had returned to Thacker, each prisoner had been formally charged with 937 cases. The trials were swift. Placated, Katrina Steiner would not send her Lyran Guard after Duke Kelswa. Under advice from Hans Davian, she would drastically increase taxes on the Tamar Pact. It would take a few years, but the true purpose of the taxes and the leniency towards Duke Kelswa would be revealed by Hans and Melissa. The Shin Legion, still eager to prove themselves, departed Candace, bound for Scanadia. Their skill and devotion proven, they were welcomed, as much as outsiders could be, officially into the DCMS. Their role in the Combine would be highly dangerous missions. Despite their track record of success, they were never able to overcome their outsider status. Their numbers dwindled and equipment aged, as they were a very low priority for Draconis Combine quartermasters. Perhaps worst of all, they were not allowed to display the Kharidan Dragon Crest, being assigned flat colors, dark green, black highlights, and a gray patch. Perhaps these abuses were why in 3061 they agreed to Chancellor Sun Tzu Liao's invitation to return to the Capellan Confederation. Whittled down to less than a full regiment, what remained of the 1st Shin Legion was on Nikramo in 3071 when the Word of Blake attacked. The 47th Shadow Division easily destroyed the remaining Shin Legion. Shortly after the death of the Shin Legion, the planet itself would meet its doom. Mysterious asteroids struck every major city on the planet with results eerily reminiscent of nuclear weapons. Duke Selvin Kasiwa would continue to rule the Tamar Pact, though his relations with the greater Federated Commonwealth would be strained. In 3050, when the clan invasion smashed into the Inner Sphere, the Tamar Pact, now the Tamar March, would be a primary battleground. Duke Kelswa would issue continuous requests for aid as his domain shrank before the seemingly undefeatable enemy. His demands for reinforcements would culminate when it became clear its capital world of Tamar would be a target. To hold Tamar, Kelswa would demand 5 full regimental combat teams. He was irate when his requests were denied. A single RCT would be deployed to Tamar. the 26th Lyran Guards. Kelswa would spend his entire family fortune bolstering the defenses of the capital city, as well as drastically increasing the size of his Kelswa Guard and the Tamara War College Training Battalion. The Lyran Guards would prove no match for Clan Wolf Alpha Galaxy, led by Psychon Natasha Kerensky, standing in open battle for only 6 hours before falling back. Harassed by the 13th Wolf Guard while trying to leave the planet, the Lyran Guards urged Duke Kelswa to evacuate with them before the chance was lost. Kelswa refused. He would not give up on his realm. How could he? The Tamar Pact was a founding member of the Lyran Commonwealth. Tamar predated even the Great Steiners. Kelswa would lead a counterattack and fell before the 328th Assault Cluster. Before boarding his family's AS-7D Atlas, Duke Selvin Kelswa III, the last true Duke of the Tamar Pact, made a speech to his Tamar War College Training Battalion.
My hair may be gray, my skin wrinkled by many years, but I will not let my ancestral home fall to these alien barbarians. Soldiers, I implore you to stand and fight today if ever Tamar meant more to you than simply living and livelihood. I offer you the chance to become more than one of the countless billions of humans whose lives go unnoticed by destiny. I give you the chance for immortality. For the passing of this day will see us heroes. Whether living or dead depends on the fire in your eyes and the hate in your heart, but heroes nonetheless, who will be remembered through the centuries.
A few years ago, I was looking for a way to get in on the Bitcoin craze, but I did not have any money to invest. That is when I discovered Cryptex. It is a free mining software platform that can turn your PC into a small income stream. Just sign up for an account, download the software, turn it on. Your PC will do the rest. Anytime you are not using your PC, Cryptex will mine you Bitcoin. The more powerful your PC, the more you will make. Top-of-the-line gaming PCs can earn you around $90 a month. Even my geriatric PC earns me about $10 a month. If Bitcoin goes up, it will earn you even more. If only I had mined back in 2012 when I first heard about Bitcoin. Don't like Bitcoin? You can request your earnings from Cryptex in the form of other cryptos, Amazon gift cards, or even cold hard cash. Cryptex application has solutions whether you are a novice like me and just use the default settings, or a tech guru who can go in and fine-tune everything to maximize your returns. If you would like to support this channel and earn a little Bitcoin in the process, check out our affiliate link below and get started today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Very special thanks to BattleBound for being the voice of Duke Kelswa. Check out his YouTube channel in the description below. Hello, this is Adam of DreamMade Productions. Thank you for watching this video. I would ask, please help me grow this channel by subscribing, liking, leaving a comment, or sharing. I really enjoy bringing you these videos. If you would like to support the channel, I have included some places you can send Bitcoin or other crypto in the description. I have also included a link for PayPal if you would like to support that way. Please know that any amount you give will be cherished and used to upgrade equipment and improve the channel. As of the date of this video, all donations and any funds I can personally put in are being saved towards upgrading to a Canon G50 for HD video. I cannot express how honored I am that so many of you have chosen to watch my content. When I started this adventure, I thought I would just have one sub. Thanks, Mom. But the amount of support I have gotten has exceeded all my expectations. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come.